Thanks for watching this presentation. I've got here just installed the Wacom tablet Graphire 4 and it's here. You can see it's powered up. The thing I was talking about, the pen is slightly marked. What it is while I lent it to someone maybe wasn't very careful with it and they gave it back with a little crack on it. This is all it is. It's just a tiny little crack on it. It's got some glue to prevent it getting any worse. All it is that. Everything else is basically alright. The tablet is alright. It's in perfect condition. That's the LED. It's got two buttons there. There's a right mouse button, left mouse button. When you finish with the pen, you can sit it there conveniently. There is a scroll wheel there that acts like a mouse wheel on a mouse, so you can use it more or less like a mouse while you're doing things from Photoshop or Illustrator. And it's got a USB connection that goes to the laptop. Pretty self-explanatory. You'll be able to see on there on the pen now. You can see I'm moving the mouse around with it. It's absolute precision. It's not like a mouse. It's got an absolute way of tracking. I'm trying to open the Photoshop now. Show you quickly what this thing can do. Okay, so that's Photoshop. That's my pencil tool. I've got there. You can see it's quickly set up there. The more harder I push down on the surface of the tablet, the more the pointer of the Photoshop tip responds by pressing harder or softer, making a bigger or less big thing. So you can use this quite creatively. It's mainly useful to Photoshop, but other things can be useful. I don't know if you can probably use it in Illustrator as well. I'm not really like using pressure sensitivity in Illustrator, but you can see what I mean. It's working, isn't it? In Photoshop you've got additional features like, say I don't want it to be the size, I want it to be that there, the transfer as they call it. I believe that is a shape. That transfer would be, no, I'm not too sure here what's happening. There is a way, color dynamics, that can be changed with pressure. I don't seem to imagine this time. That does change the shape, the size. So you can use this to, I can't figure it out, but you can use it. I know that you can use it to configure how pressure basically acts on the behavior of the tool in question in Photoshop, which is done with this thing. And I thought this was it, but it's not. Sorry about that. And I think that's about it. Dynamics. It's always the case when you're doing something that something doesn't work as you want it. It's just the way it is, I guess. But that's it. That's pretty much it. You can see that's like a solid there. Maybe this one perhaps. Maybe pressure. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That seems to handle the pressure. That button there. I'm not too good at this Photoshop anymore. When you press more hard, basically the behavior of the pen in Photoshop changes depending on how much pressure you're putting down on the tablet. The more pressure you put down on the tablet, the harder, in this case, with this button, it will respond. So you can create different stylish, creative effects doing that. That's like a solid now. And you can see this is here. There, it shows you that. If I move over to there and press that button there, toggles it on. You can see that is, oh, it hasn't done it again. But it doesn't, I can't understand it. But anyway, it's that there now, it is switched on. So you can see that's reflected, that's the behavior that Photoshop is going to do when you press harder or softer on the tablet. And that is what happens there. And I can change this over as well to just be like I had it to begin with. And you can have both, of course. You can combine both effects. So you can have a very nice thin, not very heavy line, and then as you put more it becomes more thicker and wider and more deeper, more darker colour, or whatever colour you choose. Obviously you can really go to town and do some really creative kind of effects. It's quite hard to do drawing a camera with a camera hold. I've tried to demonstrate some creative flair. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's just revolutionary artwork, and I've just done that in no effort at all. I could sell that for 50 million now and retire. And this by a very inexpensive second-hand tablet that works pretty well, and hopefully you'll bid on it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.